Happy New Year, Capricorn. Welcome to your Runescope for all of 2014. Instead of January scopes, I'm going to take a look at the whole year for you guys and see what issues and stuff you may be dealing with in 2014. We're going to look at the first half of the year with the runes and the second half of the year using the major arcana from the tarot. So that'll give us a nice balanced, not that the runes don't, but I wanted to kind of bring in another powerful tool of divination and see what they had to say. As always, be sure to watch the video for your rising sign, blah, blah, blah. I say this every time. That can give you some more information about the themes you may be dealing with throughout 2014. You can also schedule a private consultation with me anytime. Just drop me a line at the email address below any of these videos to set that up. Those are done on Skype and they are $65 for a half-hour session. The new year can be a great time to get a reading because, you know, everybody's very hopeful, I think, at the beginning of a new year that, you know, things are going to get better. I have my Thor pest dispenser here. I'm just hoping that he will lend his energy to all of these readings. So, and I would share Pez with you if I could. Virtually share Pez. I don't even know what flavor's in here. I think it's grape. It's not really my favorite, but you know, whatever. It's Thor. I thought it was very apt that I bring him in since these are Runescopes after all. So, he's kind of in the way though. So let me just, sorry Thor. Put that hammer down. Anyway, I digress. Capricorn, January through June. Let's see what you're going to be dealing with. Your focus is going to be on finishing a goal, achieving a goal. For a lot of you, I feel like this will have to do with finishing a course of study. So a lot of you may be graduating during this time frame, which would make sense. May, big graduation time, obviously. So yeah, I see you achieving that goal. If you want to graduate this coming May, you can make that happen. And really, it's not an unreasonable goal. There may be some sort of delay in your way. There may be some course that you didn't know you had to complete that crops up out of nowhere that you have to take, but I think you'll be able to work it in and still graduate at the time that you want to graduate. For others of you, you may have been interested in someone for a while in 2013, and it could be that this person makes you an offer or asks you out on a date. But I see a new beginning and an opening up for you and a crush or somebody new coming into your life. So for those of you who are single and have had a crush, you know, it could be that this turns out to be a very positive thing the first half of 2014 and things progress. Maybe where you thought it was never going to happen before. Maybe things were delayed. Maybe communication was kind of stop, start, and now it's going to flow a little bit better. For those of you who are coupled, I see something, you guys doing something together. You guys, you know, a lot of us make resolutions. Maybe some of you are, your resolution is going to be to spend more time together as a couple. Something, but it looks like a lot of you will be, if you find an activity or something that you can do together, that's actually going to be a lot of fun, very positive, and something creative. For some of you, this could be a goal of a creative project that you're finishing. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you're finishing a thesis. Maybe you're, you know, which would go along with the study, with the school stuff. But yeah, some kind of project coming to fruition by June. So that's going to take up most of your time, January through June of 2014. And you know, for some of you, this may be a baby. That's a creative project as well. Literally, you're creating something. You may be working on a baby. So, I mean, you may not be getting out much January to June if that's what you're working on, Capricorn. And that's all good. There's some new creative things you can try in that too. And that may be, you know, oh, the doctor says if you do this, or, you know, looking online, let's try this position. supposed to work. Good luck with that, Capricorn. Whatever you're trying to birth or create January to June, you know, that's going to be your focus. And the help that you're going to receive is that, you know, kind of a positive confirmation from other people on what you're doing. So, I mean, if this is a school thing, you know, you're going to get very positive feedback on the assignments that you turn in, or you're going to get a very positive, positive feedback on a thesis or anything that you are kind of submitting to others for their approval. This could be work, at work too, maybe a review, just maybe you felt that you weren't doing your best in something, but I mean, everyone else is pretty impressed with you. So yeah, maybe you felt like you were calling something in and just kind of going through the motions, but the feedback that you're going to be getting is very positive. For a lot of you, there's going to be some sort of unexpected events or event. Yeah, unexpected news or an event that is a very positive thing. So, I mean, it could be a wedding, you know, it could be your wedding. Maybe this is that creative project. Maybe you're planning a wedding. You know, but it seems like at the start of the year, this is unexpected. So for those of you with a guy in your life that you've been kind of seeing, it could be that you're going to be cementing this relationship from January to June in some way. So yeah, it's going to make you very happy, and everyone around you very happy. It's going to an event that's going to bring people together. So yeah, Capricorn, weddings, births, just a party, some kind of awesome unexpected thing that's going to come up that's really going to lift your spirits. Kind of in the middle of the drudgery. So yeah, where you're kind of plodding away or working away on this and focused on this, there's going to be this other thing that's like, hey, it's time to party. So that's going to lift your spirits, kind of take you away from responsibilities for a little bit. It's going to be you win something too. Maybe you win a trip or something. For some of you, this could be you're invited to like a retreat or some kind of group thing that you're involved with, and you meet a lot of cool new people. So yeah, it could come through work, which you're not really thrilled with work. I don't feel like January through June, a lot of you. But I mean, you may meet some cool people through your job. But I see you kind of looking to change something about your day-to-day after this is accomplished. So, I mean, because you're going to be so focused on this from January to June, this is just kind of be on your mind, this shift or change you want to make after this is over. And you may be a little concerned about it. You may not be sure how you're going to go about it. And you may not be talking to people about this. You may not be saying, okay, after I graduate from college, I'm so out of this place. I'm so leaving this job. I mean, it may be that kind of thing where you're keeping it under your hat. You don't want people to know. Or it could just be that you are looking for a new job. You're looking to start your own business. Maybe that's what this project is. Starting your own company. And it's starting to do pretty well. And you're thinking, how soon can I leave this crappy job that I hate? And you may be keeping that under your hat. But yeah, I see some, but I see you feeling very positive about this change. And I mean, it's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You're like, oh man, once I get there, yeah, that's when things are going to start to happen. That's when things are really going to start for me. So yeah, I see you being very hopeful about the future. January through June, even though you're going to be working very hard, Capricorn, you know, that's what's new for you. You're always working very hard. What you have to kind of accept about this time frame in 2014 is that other people are going to be, you know, not very happy about your success because maybe they're losing an employee. They're going to be losing, you know, Maybe friends are going to be losing your time if you're having a baby, because it's going to take you away from them. And, you know, maybe your single friends are going to be like, you know, if you're getting married, we can't hang out as much as we used to. There's going to be some kind of, and I feel like this will be said in a joking manner most times, but, you know, not everybody will be thrilled with your success in whatever this creative project is, or whatever this change is coming for you in 2014, Virgo. I'm sorry, Capricorn. I did Virgo right before yours. Don't be offended. And Virgos, don't be offended that I thought of you during the Capricorns. You guys are earth signs. You all love each other, right? Sure. Anyway, yeah, Capricorn, not everybody's going to be real happy about your success or you achieving this goal, which is unfortunate. Because for those of you who this is a new job, it's going to be a lot more money and, you know, more responsibility, but I don't see you having a problem with that. Be careful who you choose as references, because I feel like with this, again, going back to this, not everybody being happy about your success, there may be somebody who would not, like the person who will be upset the most that you're leaving, don't use them as a reference, even if it's your boss. You know, we want to feel like our boss can really tell people what all we did. Well, they don't often know exactly what you do. Some of them don't know anything about what you do, but I mean, you know, you want your recommendation to come from your former boss, because that carries a lot of weight normally, but you may want to think twice about that, you know. If your boss is going to be particularly upset that you are maybe moving on or leaving this job. I also see a lot of you, this could be a change in a living situation. So you could be moving, but I see it in a more stable environment, a bigger place. So you'll either be getting a bigger apartment or maybe moving from an apartment to a home. Maybe moving from renting to buying. There's some sort of solidifying in your housing situation for a lot of you. It's going to be something that is very positive. So, and again, going back to this project, maybe you've been saving, working and saving to buy a house. And, you know, definitely, and you definitely want, you know, of course, the best buy for your money, but you also want everything that you want in your new place. So I see you being very picky, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you're going to find what you're looking for, everything you want and more for a good price. Probably less than you have saved up. So that's cool. Yeah, by the end of June, we're at the beginning of summer here, end of spring, early summer. This project is going to be, well, whatever you've been nurturing, whether it be the baby, the wedding, the relationship, the job, school. I see you kind of on the precipice. You're finished with the hard slog, and now it's kind of time to enjoy that, but then, you know, what am I going to do next? And I see you kind of a little confused, maybe what you thought you were going to be sure about, you're starting to wonder if maybe that was the right course of action. Okay, don't doubt your intuition, Capricorn. I mean, what you set out to do and what you always had in your mind's eye, that is the right thing. But I see you maybe talking to people, and again, I think this is going back to this, getting advice maybe from somebody who doesn't have your best interest at heart. So be careful who you kind of talk to. If they have a vested interest in you not making a change in some way, if things staying exactly the same, that's probably not a person you want to talk to or get advice from. So I think it's going to be less than a year, though, to bring whatever this is to fruition for you, Capricorn. So you got luck on your side. You got a lot of luck on your side, and you've got tenacity on your side. So, I mean, it's not going to take the rest of the year for you to really be sitting pretty as far as this goes, and to get it where you want it. For those of you who are trying to get pregnant, I do feel like that you will hear in, you know, summer that you have been successful. So, For those of you planning a wedding, just make sure you don't do it during a Mercury retrograde. And I'm not sure when those fall in 2014, but be sure to check those when you're picking a date, because there could be a lot of problems in planning, breakdowns in communication, arguments, things like that. Things getting delivered to the wrong place, so all kinds of mix-ups with Mercury retrograde. So just make sure that you kind of stay away from that, and a Venus retrograde for planning a wedding. Definitely not a prime time to set your date. So you can check those out. You can Google those and you can find out when all of those are happening in 2014. Capricorn, leave the door on the past closed, because it seems like for some of you, there may be someone from the past, a former relationship, an ex-lover trying to come back into your life and kind of wreck this new thing you've got going on. It's not worth it to revisit that. And for you guys, this is a manipulative woman kind of from the past, coming back in, trying to stir up trouble. They'll come in under the guise that they need your help with something. You're the only person I can turn to. You're the only person I can trust with this situation. Can you help me out with this? That's kind of the way they'll kind of come back in, or try to weasel their way back in. This person has not changed. So, and I think you'll see that pretty quickly, Capricorn. You're really good at kind of seeing through the BS when it comes to that. You're very psychic. You're probably the most psychic of the earth signs, I have to say, Capricorn. Especially if you have a lot of water in your chart. That psychic ability just, can really kind of see through what people are projecting, what they're shoving in front of you to see. So just put that laser focus on when this person comes back. But now let's move on to July through December 2014 with the tarot and see what will be going on for you, Cappies. Yeah, a lot of you will be moving. Your focus in the second part of the year will be establishing yourself as an authority in some way. Okay, I got my degree. Now I am, I know about this. I am an authority on this. So, and a lot of you will also be doing that with a job change. You'll be like, okay, I have the degree, I have the experience, I have this. I am now an authority. A lot of you will be moving into that phase of your career where you're at the top of your game. And can really demand a lot more. Demand more responsibility, yes, but more salary, more perks, more freedom, you don't have to do the slog. You've already paid your dues. So a lot of you are going to be in that situation come July 2014. Anything that's out of control or that you feel a disconnect with, because I think some of you may be at a job that is not speaking to your innate abilities. This may not be the place that you want to spend the next 5-10 years, So a lot of you may be weighing your options. Some of you may employ a headhunter to actually, you may explain, this is the kind of deal I want. You let me know what you find. And you're going to know, just from the job description, actually, Capricorn, a lot of you, what's going to be the next opportunity that you need to jump on. Most definitely. And, a lot of you, I think, will be talking to your parents about this. Or a father and mother figure. You may go to them and be like, okay, what should I do next? If it's not your parents, it will be people or someone who kind of signifies that to you, who you go to with issues like this when you have big decisions to make. And I think they'll be able to give you a lot of guidance and a lot of good advice, and you'll take it. You don't always do that, Capricorn. Sometimes you just get the advice and then you're like, I'm just going to do whatever I was going to do. I guess we all do that from time to time, but I think this time you're going to see kind of the wisdom of what they're talking about. Because you're kind of at the job you're in now, you're not really going to go anywhere. You're not really going to move up. You're just going to kind of stay where you're at. There's no upward mobility for you. And it's not satisfying to you. Even if there were, I don't know, upward mobility or a place for you to go, I don't think that you would want to. So, there's that. So you got a choice to make in the second half of the year in 2014. And I see you taking some time out. You may feel like there are no options for a little bit. I mean, you know, you may be looking for that perfect opportunity in the second part of the year. For those of you that this wasn't a new opportunity that popped up in the first half of the year. You don't want to jump into the jump from the frying pan into the fire. So you're really kind of looking for something that speaks to you initially, even just from the job description. So I think you're going to be, and you may start to get a little frustrated or a little concerned that, you know, I'm so tired of this job I'm in. Please get me out of here. For some of you, this could be a relationship situation in the second half of the year. For those of you that have been together or been with the same person for a while, you may be feeling like, I think this came up for you last month, Capricorn, or one of the monthly readings recently, that, you know, there's maybe a relationship, some of you, it's just not working for you anymore. But you feel kind of powerless maybe to get out of it. You maybe feel like, you know, it would take more strength than you have to get out of this situation. If it's a marriage, you may feel like, you know, oh God, you know, financially this would be catastrophic. So that may be on your mind in the second half of the year, just kind of thinking about that, you know, do I want to stay or do I want to go? But what I'm seeing as far as help for you, Capricorn, for the second half of the year is that if you do things the way that you've always done, which Capricorns normally do, you know, like the other earth signs, kind of stick to the tried and true and play it a little safe. But in order to kind of reap the biggest benefits of whatever you're focused on, however this situation is playing out, whether it's a job, a relationship, whatever you're grappling with, the way to deal with it is to do the complete opposite of what you would normally do, which is going to make you very uncomfortable. But the payoff is going to be worth it. And this is in a big way, Capricorn. This is in a big opposite way. So if you would normally talk things out with a partner and, you know, try to work things out, it could be that the best course of action is just say, look, I'm not feeling this anymore. I think we would do better apart. I mean, you know, it'll be the complete opposite way that you would normally handle it. A job, it may be you don't give 2 weeks notice. You know, you just like, oh gosh, I'm out of here tomorrow. Sorry. Because, I mean, I feel like that, you know, wherever this place is, you could, yes, the reference, but you'll still get the reference. All they really get when they call for the reference is that, you know, at least here in the States, is the date that you started and the date that you quit. I mean, you know, if you don't put your boss on there as a reference, their contact information, that's all they're going to get. So if you can't give a full 2 weeks notice, then, you know, don't sweat it, Capricorn. Yeah, you're going to be taking a risk in some way. And that's what you have to kind of accept, that you're going to have to face your fear in some way about to change your circumstances and kind of get out of a rut the second half of the year to get what you really want. But for a lot of you, by the end of 2014, I see you inspired about something, or inspired about this change that you've made, or that you're going to make. You're going to free yourself in some way, and I'm not saying some eggs won't get broken. You know, if this is a relationship, yes, I mean, the other person is probably going to be hurt if they're not feeling the way that you are, if they don't want to leave the relationship. And for some of you, this could be your partner that says this, but I mean, in the end, it's still going to be for the best. So some of you at the end of the year may be taking some time for some introspection. You may take a break, you may take a vacation by yourself, take a staycation by yourself, and just reflect. Some of you will have a new baby though, because we're going back to earlier this year. And some of you may be at home alone with you know, a new child. This could also be a new pet. I don't know if I mentioned that before. You could bring a baby pet, a baby fur baby, into your home. And so you'll be nurturing that. But yeah, there's a lot of mothering, a lot of new beginnings continuing at the end of 2014. So we've got a finishing up to start a new beginning, and then a new beginning by the end of 2014. So, and I feel like for a lot of you, this is not going to be in the way that you expect it to come, this new beginning. It maybe is not, maybe it's a company that you didn't think that you would ever be working at. Maybe it was kind of the dream company, or maybe it's the dream person. Maybe, you know, maybe you never thought that you would be in a relationship with this person. Maybe you kind of lusted after them, but you didn't know that it was going to work out that way, and it does. But yeah, in an unexpected way, things work out for the best. And I think by the end of 2014, you're very happy with what the payoff for the hard work, or the payoff for the risk that you took. You know, whatever that was, to kind of liberate you from an unhappy situation, whether it be personal or business. So that is what I see for 2014 for you, Capricorns. If you would like more information, drop me a line at the email address below. If you want to set up an appointment for a private reading, and we can, you know, hone in on your specific situation, because this is a very general reading. But have a great year, and I'll see you again next month for the February Runescopes.